Let's talk a bit of relegation, shall we? Because it took a bit of a twist at the weekend. Everyone kind of thought those three at the bottom were down. I think it's safe to say West Brom will certainly be plying their trade in the Championship next season. But a win for Southampton against Bournemouth, coupled with Swansea's defeat against Chelsea. Huddersfield, of course, lost as well. West Ham, with that defeat, has dragged them very much in it. Remember, just 3 matches to play. You take a look at it, I think the big game, without question, the penultimate round of matches sees Southampton travel to Wales to take on Swansea. That could be the big decider, couldn't it, Shaq?
Yeah, it could. And if Southampton don't get anything there, if they don't win it, I think ultimately they go down. As much as we've seen a little bit of an uptick over recent weeks from Southampton, I just feel they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot.
There are other matches at Everton and Manchester City.
Yeah, so after that win against Bournemouth, they might only need 1 win, 3 points.
Yep.
3 points will take them level with Huddersfield and above Swansea. And their goal difference is, I don't know, I can't remember, it was about 10.
It's not too bad.
10 between them and
It's about 10 better off than Huddersfield,
yeah.
who have got to play Man City away, Chelsea away, and Arsenal at home. So I don't think they're picking any points up. So their goal difference is going to be even worse. So I think 1 win could do it for Saints. Potentially Swansea getting out of it as well. I think Huddersfield are going to drop down into the bottom 3 with Stoke. When you look at that finish, they had to win against Everton at the weekend at home. They lost 2-0. I think they're toast now.
That's the problem, isn't it? You look at Everton, all the problems they're having at the moment, and if you can't beat them at home, as Craig said, with that run of fixtures you've still got, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, without question. But Southampton have caused their own trouble all season long, and every time you feel
anti-Southampton rhetoric,
Jesus,
Shaq.
what have you got against Southampton?
I'm just saying. I expected so much.
Pompey. There it is.
Ex-Pompey player.
Go.
Can't hide it.
Wow.
No. I remain impartial.
Always comes out.
I remain totally impartial and neutral.
So Huddersfield have got those 3 horrendous games, and you're still chuntering on about Southampton.
Because Southampton will shoot themselves in the foot. They've barely been able to buy a win before this week.
They won at the weekend.
Right before this week. They haven't been able to buy a win before this week.
You just said they had an uptick.
No, yes.
I said the relegation for
And
most
still
people
they're there.
is not very exciting, right? But it's kind of it's kind of where we are at the moment, because obviously the league's done, the top 4 looks. But actually, you know, for the supporters and for the players down there involved, I mean, it's.
Have you been relegated? Were you relegated with Derby?
Derby at the end. It's horrible. Horrible. We stayed up for about 2.5 years. We had no right to stay up, the squad we had, but we did with Jim Smith. But it is more tense at that end than trying to win the league down the bottom. It is.
Really?
Well,
You have no confidence. You're playing with no confidence, and you're not quite sure where a win is going to come, regardless of who the opposition is.
How do you have confidence when all those teams that we're talking about, all of them, they're terrible.
Yeah.
They're absolutely incredibly terrible. And so, yeah, there is no confidence to pull from.
You need to get on the phone. Give them some motivation.
Hey, guys, you are terrible.
And we used to do that as well, by the way. We used to get the fixtures when you're struggling. You know, you lost 3 or 4 in the bounce, maybe more. And you look at the fixtures coming up, and it's a bit like Huddersfield.
And Southampton. Did I mention Southampton?
Man City, Chelsea,
I'm not sure if I mentioned Southampton in the last 12 seconds.
You're anti-Saints.
Why you hate them,
It's
though?
Pompey. Pompey, big rivalry. It's not good.